Good morning, everyone. Today we are starting working on English skills section as we usually do. So please help me going to page 44. Today we are going to be working with your reading skills based on the words we already studied from lesson 3. Okay? Now, before we start reading this text, I want you to see the title. The title is City in the Sky. And we also have a picture here. We have some mountains behind the man, and we have a man dressed with really colorful clothing, right? Do you know how this place is named? I will play a small video for you to have a better sight of it. So what you just have seen is the city of Machu Picchu, which is located in Peru. This is a very old city, and you heard it with traditional music as a background, okay? So I'm going to play the audio. I want you to follow the text with you at home, okay? I will be highlighting the text so that you can follow it easier, okay? Here we go.
Listen carefully to the story. Then, follow your teacher's instructions to read it again. City in the Sky. It's been a long 4 days on the Inca Trail. You have trekked through the hot jungle. You have zigzagged up and down huge green mountains. Many of your friends were sick as you crossed the highest point on the trail, over 4,200 meters above sea level. You passed through land called the Cloud Forest. It's called that because the trail is so high, it passes through the clouds. On your fourth day of hiking, a clearing appears. You see what looks like a giant fortress floating in the clouds. It can't be. The clouds shift, and you see a city built of ancient stones at the top of the mountain. You have reached Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca. You wonder, how did this place get here? Your guide explains as you climb the terraces leading to the Inti Pungu, the Sun Gate, the entrance to Machu Picchu.
So to check your understanding, you have a question below that says, how does a visitor get to Machu Picchu? So if you heard with attention, you notice that this old city is located at the top of the mountain, right? So you had to follow a long way before getting there, okay? So if it's necessary, go back to the text and try to identify what the path was, okay? Let's continue on the next page.
As you wander around the site, your guide tells you it was built in 1450. That's when the Inca Empire was at its most powerful. Many buildings were made to observe the sun's movements. The Inca believed they could tie up the sun. On 2 days out of the year, The sun lines up directly above one special temple. This helped the Inca decide when to grow their food. They believed the gods showed them this method. You have to wonder if they knew the gods themselves. The guide explains that the Spanish invaded Peru shortly after Machu Picchu was built. The city is only 80 kilometers from Cusco, Peru's old capital, but the Spanish never found it. You can see why. You probably wouldn't find the way either without your trusty local guide. In fact, the city stayed hidden for hundreds of years. Locals showed it to foreigners again in 1911. A farmer showed the place to an American named Hiram Bingham. Hiram did not find any gold or gems there. Unlike the Spanish, he was not looking for treasure. He was an archaeologist, a scientist who studies old cultures. He thought the site itself was a treasure trove of history.
Okay, and the same, we have some pictures around too that can give you a better idea about how Machu Picchu looks like and how the people was there. We also have a really typical animal shown on the pictures, and we have one question to answer. Why was Machu Picchu built? So we already know that this is an old city built at the top of the mountain, very close to Cusco, Peru's capital. And we also know that this was built in the year 1450s. Okay? So, but what was the main reason it was built? Go back on the first paragraph to remember the reasons. Okay? Let's continue on next page.
The sun sets on the old stones of Machu Picchu. You wonder how such giant stones got here. Your guide tells you the Inca people didn't use wheels, which makes the construction of the city even more amazing. She goes on to explain that the Inca people were expert craftsmen. The stones fit perfectly on top of each other. But scientists still don't know how the Inca moved the huge stones into place. Even after almost 600 years, the walls look as if they were built yesterday. The last train leaves in just a few minutes. You look out at the view around you. The colors change from gold to red to blue. It was tough getting here, but you feel connected to this place. You feel as if you have heard a secret that was hidden from the world for hundreds of years. The train slowly chugs down the mountain. You know you will never forget the mysterious lost city of the Inca.
Okay, and we also have some other images. If you notice, it's quite a pretty place. I wish I could go there. And also, we have two questions to check our understanding. What is Machu Picchu made of? Is it made of straw? Is it made of bricks? Or is it made of stones? Okay, we already read that this was built with giant stones, and that's why it is a mysterious for most of people, including the scientists. Okay, and because we have a big text over here, we're going to also use this opportunity to have a grammar check. Okay, so you have 4 sentences at the bottom of the page, and the instruction is to underline the preposition on these sentences that were taken from the story. And then you will write if that preposition refers to a time or a place. Remember that we had a lesson in which we explained 3 important prepositions, which are at, in, and on. Okay, and these can be referring to a time or a place. So, on the following sentences, try to identify the prepositions in, on, or at, and identify if they refer to a place or to a time. If they answer the question when, that means they are a time preposition. If they answer to the question where, then they will be a place preposition. Okay? So just as a clue for you, here on the first sentence, you can see this preposition, right? At. So I'm helping you with the first one only, okay? And it says at the top of the mountain. Is it telling you when something is happening? Is it telling you a day, an hour? Is it telling you a place where something is located? Yes, right? At the top of the mountain. So that means that in number 1, you have to underline, not to circle, you have to underline the preposition at, and you have to indicate if it's time or place. And in this case, it's showing us a place. Okay? So this is what you have to do. I'm going to pause the video over here, and I'll continue with the next instructions on the following video. Thank you for listening.